look at this very beautiful evening that we've got, and it's like a completely different day to what it was like this morning. That's Yolanda walking along behind me, and I've got little Doubtson here. They're both back from a session at Mel's today. Now, I've not done a huge amount of filming through the day. Well, I say I've not done a huge amount of filming. I've got some on the GoPro and I have got some on my phone. But my video today is mostly going to be of Neeka having her teeth done. So I hope you enjoy watching it. It was quite eventful, bless her. It was a little traumatic for her, but she's absolutely fine. There was so much going on here this morning, and I know that Hol has captured a lot of it in her own unique way, and of course has done it with such great humour. So she's going to be putting together a video of some of the activities that were going on. You may remember from, I think, my video yesterday, we had a lot getting flu jabs, a couple having flu and tet, this new insole injection that we're doing for 4 of them to help with their summer itches. And then we had lots of teeth work being done. Nero was having his stitches out, Sam was checking on Bear, so busy day. And then it was really nice to actually just go with Hol and switch off with these two over to Mel's. Although, even though we had Klaus here fixing the lorry again, it's still not right, and we were pouring smoke out everywhere, but I'll let Hol tell you all about that. Anyway, carry on watching and you can see the little bit that I got of Neeka having her teeth done.
Yeah, there's two teeth aren't sitting close together. They should sit nice and properly aligned like that. Back tooth, second to back tooth sitting slightly malaligned. This one sitting more towards the cheek, so there's a gap between the teeth where food's getting trapped, and that gets down into the gum space and causes periodontal disease and it's quite painful. So just cleared all the food out. I'm just going to get a file to make the gap a bit wider.
She's had this problem for quite a few years, hasn't she?
Yeah, it's a management issue. It's not something which is ever going to be completely resolved. There we go. Last, well done. Go.
So a little bit more sedation.
You have to get the positioning of the burr very, you have to do it very carefully because the pulp cavities on the surface of the tooth are quite close to the area that I'm burring. So if you don't get in exactly the right place, there's a risk of opening up into a pulp cavity, which then can lead to, well, ultimately death of the tooth.
Okay.
So you have to be quite precise as to where you're going. So if she's moving around and moving her tongue a lot, you can't be accurate enough about where the burr's going.
So just rinsing her mouth out again. Do you want me to hold it?
Yeah, you could do it, yeah, thank you.
Girl. You should go.
That's great, thank you.
Good girl.
Good girl. Good girl. There's a bit more food trapped in it which needs to come out.
Okay.
But there's a sort of groove between the occlusal surface of the teeth. So okay. Try and get that food picked out. Okay.
We've brought Neeki Noodles round into one of the stables where when the floor gets wet, it's not as slippery, but she seems none the worse for that little fall. And Sam's just going to finish off fixing her teeth now.
Little putty same stuff that dentists use to make an impression of people's teeth. And use it for a couple of things. One is sometimes use it just to fill the top part of the gap. You don't want to push it down into the gum. Sometimes it can be quite useful for actually cleaning some of the food out. So push it through the space.
Oh, is that what you're using it for
Yeah,
today?
just to sort of, because there's still a bit of food trapped between the gum, but if you push the putty through, it'll sometimes push the food out that's stuck right down the gum space out in front of it. I'm seeing if it's worked, and then I have to clear the putty out once it's set. You don't want to leave it in place.
Haven't you left that kind of putty in before?
Yeah,
Didn't you, when you first diagnosed her with this, didn't you put putty in in the gaps?
But you don't want to leave it sort of right into the space deep down in the gum, because that sort of stops the gum from healing. What you're aiming to do is to get the periodontal space to heal, rather than be. And obviously, if there's putty in there, then food can't get in. But similarly, periodontal space can't heal either.
That makes sense. How does that all feel now?
Right, she's got one really, because of the displacement, got one really sort of sharp bit on her tooth, which I'll just try and round off as well, because it's more likely to get stuff caught on it. But
So where they're sore, should we be giving her anything different?
I mean, the softer the food she's on, so if you could be better in summer on grass.
Yeah, well, she's out. I mean, she's out most of the time. She's out 24/7. Of course, at the moment they've got haylage out there, so.
And if I find she did struggle, then potentially soaking a hay just to make it haylage, just to make it that bit softer might work. But
Well, it's definitely soaked at the moment. It's
well, yeah.
soaking wet.
Well, there is that, yeah. And that last bit was just to try and reduce the size of the tooth opposing the gap. So then the teeth, at least temporarily, won't meet as tightly, and the food won't get shoved down quite as badly.
Okay.
And we'll have a look through in a couple of months and see how she's doing then. There's a good girl. There you go. You sleep it off, lass.
Oh, sweetie. What a rough morning, eh? Rough morning at the dentist.